The morning light spilled across the glass facade of the Cultural Exchange Foundation, shimmering off the Han River below. Precious arrived early, her ID badge swinging from her neck, her heartbeat still catching whenever she remembered the night before. She hadn't slept much after seeing J.A. Minute again. Every glance, every word replayed in her mind like a song she didn't want to end. But this morning wasn't about memories. It was her first day as a global fellow. Inside the conference room, she joined a dozen other fellows gathered around a polished table. Maps, photos, and presentation boards lined the walls. At the front stood the project director, explaining the foundation's new initiative, Bridging Voices, a cultural dialogue between Africa and Asia. The words made her heart skip. It sounded exactly like something she and J.A. Minute used to dream about years ago. And then, as if summoned by the thought, the door opened. J.A. Minute walked in, professional, confident, a tablet in hand. "Good morning, everyone," he said with a polite bow. "I'll be leading the design and outreach component of the project." Precious froze. He didn't look at her right away, but when his gaze finally met Hayes, there was a flicker of recognition, a quiet, private spark hidden behind the formality of his tone. For the next hour, she listened as he spoke about merging cultures through art, music, and storytelling. His voice had matured, deeper, steadier, but she could still hear the warmth she once knew. When he mentioned collaborations with Ugandan artists, his eyes flicked toward her, a brief, silent acknowledgement that didn't go unnoticed. After the meeting, the room emptied slowly until only the two of them remained. "So," J.A. Minute said, leaning against the edge of the table, "looks like we're teammates again." Precious smiled, setting down her notes. "Seems the universe really didn't want to leave us unfinished." He chuckled quietly. "Guess not. You okay with working together?" She shrugged lightly. "As long as you don't make the coffee." They both laughed, the sound soft, cautious, but real. Over the next few weeks, they worked closely on the Bridging Voices project. They planned exhibitions that would showcase African art and soul and Korean films in Kampala. They brainstormed late into the evenings, surrounded by sketches, notes, and half-empty mugs. Sometimes, when their hands brushed while reaching for the same paper, neither pulled away right away. Other times, the silence between them felt louder than words, full of questions neither dared to ask. One night, as the city light shimmered outside the office windows, Precious looked up from her laptop. "You ever think about how different we are now?" J.A. Minute smiled faintly. "Every time I see you, you're stronger, more sure of yourself." "And you?" she asked. "I think I finally learned what it means to stay," he said quietly. Her breath caught at the honesty in his voice. She looked away, pretending to focus on her screen, but her heart was already racing. When they left the building that night, snow had started falling again, soft and quiet, like the city was listening. They walked side by side, their footsteps matching in rhythm. Neither spoke, but both knew something old was stirring again, something patient and new. The line between work and whatever this was beginning to blur. And though neither of them said it aloud, they both felt it. This time, maybe love was finding them at the right moment. The exhibition hall in downtown Seoul smelled faintly of paint, new wood, and jasmine from the flower arrangements being set along the entrance. For months, Precious and J.A. Minute had lived inside sketches, proposals, and endless revisions. Today all of it finally stood before them in color and light. On one side of the gallery, Ugandan beadwork glimmered beneath warm spotlights. On the other, calligraphy panels curved like waves, ink still breathing life into each stroke. In the center hung a wide banner that read Bridging Voices, a dialogue between Africa and Asia. Precious stood with her clipboard, adjusting last-minute details while staff rushed past. Every sound, the shuffle of chairs, the soft hum of the projector, felt amplified by the nerves fluttering in her stomach. "You should take a breath." J.A. Minute said behind her, his voice calm as ever. She turned to find him in a dark blue suit, sleeves rolled up, headset tucked around his neck. "You sound like someone who's already finished everything." He smiled. "Maybe I just trust you to handle what I can't." Their eyes held for a beat too long before a volunteer called for Precious's approval on a lighting cue. She stepped away, pretending not to notice the warmth rising to her cheeks. By evening, guests began to arrive, diplomats, journalists, students, and artists from both continents. The air buzzed with conversation in Korean, English, and Luganda. When the lights dimmed for the opening remarks, J.A. Minute took the stage first, his voice carrying easily through the hall. He spoke about connection, memory, and courage, the same themes that once bound the two of them together. Precious watched from the wings, pride swelling in her chest. He looked different under the lights, older, steadier, but she could still see the boy who used to sketch in notebooks beneath Ugandan mango trees. When her turn came, she stepped up to the microphone, her notes trembling slightly in her hands. But as she spoke about shared humanity, about art as language, her nerves melted away. Every word felt like healing. When she finished, the hall erupted in applause. J.A. Minute met her halfway on stage, offering a handshake that lingered a fraction too long before they both laughed, slightly breathless. The rest of the night passed in a blur of smiles and flashbulbs. Reporters asked for interviews, guests praised the concept, and the foundation director congratulated them on the success. But amid all the noise, what Precious remembered most was a quiet moment near the end, standing with J.A. Minute by the window, watching the reflections of Seoul's light shimmer on the Han River below. "You did it," he said softly. "You made your mark here." "We did it," she corrected. He looked at her, his expression open and unguarded. "I've missed saying we." For a heartbeat, the world around them disappeared. The music, the laughter, the cameras, all faded into the steady rhythm of their breathing. Then Precious smiled, stepping back slightly. "Let's keep we about the work for now." He chuckled, nodding. "Fair enough." Yet when they left the hall that night, walking side by side beneath the city lights, both knew something had shifted again. The bridge they built for others had quietly rebuilt the one between them. The days after the exhibition passed in a calm haze of exhaustion and quiet pride. Seoul was buzzing with praise for the Bridging Voices project. Newspapers and social media were filled with photographs of the artwork, interviews, and glowing reviews. Precious's name appeared alongside J.A. Min's in every headline, and for once, it didn't make her nervous. It made her grateful. For weeks, the two of them had moved like a well-rehearsed team. Deadlines, designs, press interviews, everything demanded their attention. But now that the noise had settled, an unfamiliar quiet hung between them. One that wasn't uncomfortable but tender, like a song that refused to end. One evening, as they packed up materials at the Foundation's office, J.A. Minute looked up from his laptop. "Do you want to grab something to eat before heading home?" Precious hesitated, brushing dust from her jeans. "It's late, and I still have to catch the subway." "I'll drive you," he said. "It's safer." He smiled, that same easy, familiar smile that once made her heart skip. "Besides, there's this Cafe Neo stop that serves the best hot taiyok in the city." She rolled her eyes. "You and your food recommendations." He grinned. "Some things don't change." They ended up at a small cafe tucked between tall office buildings, its windows fogged from the warmth inside. The city outside glowed with neon, signs flickering, cars sliding past in streams of light. Inside, it was all soft music and laughter. They found a quiet corner table, the same kind she once loved in Seoul years ago. As they ate, their conversation drifted easily about art, Uganda, the future. For the first time, they laughed without hesitation. Every moment felt like peeling back layers of time, rediscovering each other in pieces. When they stepped out into the cool night, the wind carried the scent of roasted chestnuts and rain. J.A. Minute looked at her, his breath visible in the cold. "Do you still live near Yeonam-dong?" She nodded. "Can I walk you home?" She hesitated, but something in his tone made her nod again. They walked side by side, their steps echoing softly against the quiet streets. The air was filled with distant music from a street performer, and petals from late-blooming cherry trees danced across the pavement. When they reached her apartment building, they lingered by the gate. "Would you like to come up?" she asked, almost in a whisper. "I made Ugandan coffee this morning. There's still some left." He smiled faintly, surprised but touched. "I'd like that." Inside, her apartment was small but warm, walls lined with books, sketches, and framed photos of Uganda. The scent of coffee and vanilla filled the air. J.A. Minute looked around, quietly absorbing every detail. "It feels like you," he said. She smiled, handing him a mug. "How's that?" "Peaceful, a little messy, but real." They both laughed softly, and for a while, they sat on the couch, talking about everything and nothing. He told her about the years she was gone, his attempt to forget, the pressure of fame, how even success had felt hollow without someone to share it with. Precious listened, her eyes glistening. "I thought you moved on," she admitted quietly. "When I left, I convinced myself that we had been just a chapter." He shook his head slowly. "You were the book." Her heart tightened, and for a long moment, neither spoke. The hum of the refrigerator, the faint music from a neighbor's apartment, the rain beginning to fall, it all filled the silence between them. Then she said softly, "Maybe we're writing a new chapter now." He looked at her, eyes warm, voice low. "If you'll let me be in it." She didn't answer right away. Instead, she leaned back, smiling faintly, one page at a time. Outside, the rain deepened, and the city lights shimmered through the mist. Inside, two hearts that had once drifted apart began to find their rhythm again, slowly, carefully, beneath the soul night. It had been 3 months since the Bridging Voices exhibition, and the project had grown beyond anything they had imagined. Invitations began to arrive from cultural institutes across Africa, requesting similar collaborations. The board had proposed something bold, a joint exhibition and workshop series to be held in Kampala and Entebbe. For Precious, it was a dream come true, bringing the story home. For J. Minute, it was something deeper. It wasn't just about art anymore. It was about understanding the roots of the woman he'd spent years thinking about. "Uganda," he murmured, staring at the plane ticket in his hands. "It feels unreal." Precious smiled. "It's real. You're going to love it." The flight to Entebbe was long, but the anticipation made it feel short. As the plane descended over Lake Victoria, J.A. Minute pressed his forehead against the window. The vast blue water sparkled beneath the golden sun, and the lush green landscape stretched endlessly beyond. "It's so beautiful," he whispered. Precious turned to him, her heart swelling with pride. "Welcome home." The airport was warm, bustling, and filled with music. Family members waved banners, vendors sold roasted groundnuts, and laughter echoed through the air. The moment they stepped outside, a wave of humid air and nostalgia hit Precious all at once. She was home, and this time, she wasn't alone. Her family was waiting by the gate. Her mother, wearing a bright gomesi, rushed forward first, tears in her eyes. "My daughter," she cried, wrapping Precious in her arms. When she finally pulled back, her gaze shifted to J.A. Minute, who bowed awkwardly before she could hug him, too. "So this is the artist from Korea," her mother said with a knowing smile. You look polite. I like that." J.A. Minute flushed, and Precious laughed. "Mama, please don't embarrass him." But her mother just chuckled. "I'm only saying what I see." They drove home through Kampala's crowded streets, motorbikes weaving through traffic, music spilling from roadside shops, and children waving at passing cars. J.A. Minute sat by the window, completely absorbed in the world outside. Everything was alive in color and rhythm, and he couldn't stop smiling. That night, Precious showed him around her family home. The garden glowed with lantern light, and the scent of mattock and spice tea filled the air. Her father joined them after dinner, quiet but observant, asking about the exhibition and J.A. Min's journey. "I've seen the photos," he said thoughtfully. "You both did something powerful. You didn't just create art, you built a bridge." J.A. Minute nodded, humbled. It started as a project, but it became something more. Her father smiled faintly. The best things often do. Later that evening, as everyone retired to bed, Precious led J.A. Minute outside to the veranda. The night was warm, stars scattered thickly across the sky. Crickets sang in the tall grass, and the faint sound of distant drums echoed through the hills. "Do you hear that?" she asked softly. He closed his eyes, listening. "It's peaceful, like music." She smiled. "That's Uganda. Loud, alive, and full of heart." He turned to her, his expression soft. "I can see why you love it here." They stood side by side, watching the stars. After a while, she said, "Tomorrow we visit the school where we'll set up the first art workshop. It's in Mukono. The children there, they are brilliant. You'll love them." He looked at her, eyes gleaming in the lantern light. "If they are anything like you, I already know I will."